Hey, how you doing? Arthur Davis here, Art Sean Speaks. Just want to share a couple of minutes to talk about, the thing is, we as believers, we as partakers, we find ourselves going back into a lot of character traits that was toxic for us and those who are around us. A lot of times we find ourselves in a position that we were trying to avoid. Some things as far as pride, some things as far as, being stubborn. A lot of things, not so far as much as I'm talking about going back into addiction, even though temptations play a part of that too, being tempted to do and go back into something that you were delivered from, something that you fought against, and you find it coming back to visit you, coming to knock at your door. And many times, a lot of us are not successful. Let's keep it real. A lot of us are not successful, and it's not to point a finger down at you. It's not to blast you or anything like that. The thing is, let's look at situations, or let's look at the fact of the matter is, where are you with your seeking of God in the season that these things come upon you and you find yourself slipping away? You find yourself falling back, going back into the same character flaws or that temptation. A lot of times we find ourselves working for God, but we are not working with God. Our relationship, our intimacy is completely flat. Like we flatlined in it, but yet we saying the right things. We're praying the right prayers, and we're doing our best to represent Him well, but at the same time, our spiritual defenses has completely caved in and folded because intimacy has ceased. I'm talking about whether prayer, whether worship, whether reading His Word, and not just reading His Word, but meditating upon His Word. Even preaching to ourselves, teaching to ourselves, expounding on His Word, just to build up our spirit, man, to build up our spiritual defenses, to take on the whole armor of God, to use our shield of faith, our sword of the Spirit, have our helmet, our belt girded with the truth. I'm talking about our feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Those things are, I want to say, impossible if we are not really seeking God. If we are not really seeking communion with God, we will fall and falter every time. Yes, we can say the right Christian things, the right Christian lingo, but that war room and that wartime and that real time of intimacy, if it's depleted, the temptation, the folding back to your old character traits will seek in each and every time. I know this because I've been a victim of it, and regardless of how good or whatever the case is of the appearance, I'm telling you, it will come back to bite you and come back and get you. So when you find yourself in these situations, ask yourself, oh Lord, where am I? Am I really seeking you? I'm not just talking about you to somebody, not just talking about you to this person, but I'm or witnessing, but I'm talking about as far as, is my intimacy time with you strong? Because when you find it strong, it is so hard for the devil to come in. It is so hard for these things to come and sneak in, because you are resisting the devil. It's easier to resist the enemy if your spiritual defenses are up and strong, because your relationship and your seeking and communion time with Him is strong. But if you find yourself in these situations, like I know I've had, come back to the same conclusion. Yes, while I'm trying to represent God, my intimacy time with Him is low and next to none, and I find myself too busy. I find myself too busy doing this, doing that, while in His name, while representing His name, but I'm not spending that intimacy time. And I suffer from it. My wife suffered from it. Those around me suffer from it because of those things. So I will commend and encourage you to make sure you build up your personal intimacy time. I'm not talking about just going to church or listening to a message on TV or social media, but your personal time, your personal alone time with him. And I guarantee you it is much harder for the enemy to seek in, because you are spiritually strong. Your foundation is strong. We must take up our cross daily, daily, daily. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new mercy. Every day is a new grace. Every day we must take up our cross and not build up on the success that we had yesterday or the day before, but let's build up on our relationship each day, So I will encourage you to stay strong. Don't give up. Don't feel bad even if you have went back or failed. Don't feel bad, because the thing is, if you are his, the Holy Spirit will convict you, and not to put you down, but to say, I correct those who I love. That's in the Bible. I correct those who I love. Don't be weary of his correction. So therefore, if you have fallen or failed or slipped back, know this, that his love is still on you, and you are feeling that way because you are his, and he wants you to do well. He wants you to be successful in him. So ask yourself, when you are in these situations, where is my seeking? Where is my relationship? And then you'll go back to the trail and find out that some time has been lost, a connection has been lost, and the enemy was able to seek in. But you are more than a conqueror. You are strong. God's got you. He loves you. So don't give up. And all that said, if there's something that encourages you, like, share, comment, and you all be blessed.